Well, yes, I did get expelled, and when my dad did pick me up whilst we were driving, he began to start shouting at me, and I could only just say sorry. I could only just just try to diffuse the thing, but he slapped me first, and we've all been slapped. It happens, and then the slaps turned into punches, and it was repeated punches in the school grounds. And the security guards, there were about 10, 15 security guards that were just there trying to hold my dad back. And he just kept on punching me in my head. And it just kept on becoming worse and worse and worse. And, as you can see there, like, I just started getting blood coming out my head and all of that shit. And, I tried to leave, and he grabbed my tie and, started choking me and shit, and, kept on punching me in my head and all of that. And the security guards were trying to hold him back to make him stop doing that to me.
Actress Funke Akindele husband Mr. Bello son wey dey call Benny don finally come out come accuse im dad for physically assaulting and threatening to delete him because he got expelled from school. Una know the matter wey dey happen since then between this JJC, I mean Mr. Bello, Funke Akindele husband and his son, because the ex-wife, I mean Benny's mother, when he exposed their twins face for social media, and according to her, you can't expose mine and keep yours. Like, una know the matter when be say this expel, when they expelled Benny comot from school from Nigeria, nobody know about am until one fake account come let us know wetin dey happen. So guys, Benny don finally come out come let us know say this is not discipline. Like, physically assaulting him and threatening to delete him is not any way related to discipline a child. He got expelled from school because of one thing or the other, but the way im father take discipline am, like assaulted him, was not right at all. Guys, he talk everything how it take happen, and according to him, he even recorded him. So una see when Miela, the ex-wife of Funke Akindele husband, exposed their twins for social media, and he wrote, "If you don't want me to expose your family, then don't expose mine. Funke and Abdul Bello, keep off." So guys, make una just watch the video and make una drop una comment, hail una opinion, how una see why Ben JJC's kid's son come out come accuse im dad like this, say the way e take assault am e no good, if he right or not. And guys, make una still drop una comment if this is the best way to discipline a child, like physically assaulting him. And guys, according to them, they have evidence how his face got swollen and some medical reports when they let us know say the guy even get injuries for spinal cord. Guys, make una drop una comment. This na Vaolebas TV. Enjoy the rest of the video. Watch to the end, guys, and drop your comments at the comment section.
So, moving along, I'd like people to finally know the truth as to what really happened. I've been seeing a lot of speculation. I've been seeing a lot of rumors and assumptions about what's been going on, a lot of fake things. And, I'd rather just have everyone know the truth, just so then, there's no more speculation and all of that. So, yes, I did get expelled. And, there are mistakes that people do make, and all we do is move on from it. And I am in the UK now, and the plan anyway was for me to come to the UK and to start my life out here, which I am doing. So and I just want to shout out to people that have been helping me. Shout out Darcy, shout out Mo, shout out my parents, shout out my mom, my stepdad, and all of my friends that have been supporting me in my journey and where I am now. I can't thank anyone else enough, but now it's really time for everyone to know the truth about what really happened. Well, yes, I did get expelled, and when my dad did pick me up whilst we were driving, he began to start shouting at me, and I could only just say sorry. I could only just just try to diffuse the thing, but he slapped me first, and we've all been slapped. It happens, and then the slaps turned into punches, and it was repeated punches in the school grounds. And the security guards, there were about 10, 15 security guards that were just there trying to hold my dad back. And he just kept on punching me in my head, and it just kept on becoming worse and worse and worse. And as you can see there, like, I just started getting blood coming out my head and all of that shit. And I tried to leave and he grabbed my tie and like started choking me and shit and like kept on punching me in my head and all of that, and the security guards were trying to hold him back to make him stop doing that to me. Getting near to where my house is, we picked up my cousin, so he can try to defuse what was going on, and I jumped in the back because I needed to try avoid all of this like assault that I was getting. And my dad wanted to drive to the beach to sort me out so we can all talk. When we get to the beach, I jump out the other side and he begins to chase me around the car and tries to come at me, and my cousin stops him and takes me away and we start talking. And, I get like, a few minutes to just, not even a few minutes, a few seconds just to calm down, and then just my dad comes out with this big wooden like stick. It's not even a stick. It was like wood from like a construction site, and swung at me, and I dodged it and I just bolted down the beach because if that hit me, God knows what would have happened. He now left the car and I was there, catching my breath after being choked, and pretty disorientated, but me thinking that was maybe it. And the security guards were trying to calm down my dad, and they were checking up on me because there was blood coming down like all over my uniform, and at this point I had marks on my neck and shit. He ended up coming back in the car, and we ended up leaving the school because he was saying that it was all fine. But whilst on my way back home, which was about 40 to 50 minutes on the road, whilst driving, he would be punching me in the head repeatedly, like just kept on punching me. And, I had my arms up the whole time. I had to keep my guard up because, I didn't know what necessarily was going to happen next. It wasn't just at the school. Whilst he was driving recklessly on the road. He was nearly, running over people whilst shouting at me, threatening that he was going to kill me, that I'm a waste of space, and that I'm completely and utterly useless to him, and that, he'd rather me dead. And he just kept on punching me, and I kept on, the side of my face just kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it didn't stop. He'd be punching me on my ribs. I got like a bruised rib from it, and it just kept on coming. It didn't stop, and he was doing reckless driving, stopping in the middle of the road, kept on punching me. It never stopped, and kept on threatening that he was going to kill me. In my head, I was like, I need to get out of this place. So, I go down the beach, and some locals are there, and I don't know who they are, but honestly, like, if you're watching this, thank you so much for just trying to help. Thank you for giving me water. Thank you for just making sure that my injuries were okay. And then my dad now begins to start driving crazy on the beach. There's kids on the beach, and he was nearly like hitting them and all of that. And, my cousin was, trying to get him to calm down. And, he ends up driving, and my cousin's in the middle of the road telling him to calm down, and he hits him with the car. And, everyone's screaming because, my dad's going crazy. He's like going flipping crazy. And he jumps out and screams at him, saying like, oh, he's my son, I can do whatever the fuck I want to him, He get back in the car. So, we get back in the car, and, the assault still continues. And for people saying that we're only doing this for clout or to trend or because we're jealous, it's never been something like that for me or my family here. We just kind of want justice for what happened, because there's a difference, which is what some people have been realizing, but maybe because there's not been a full story, but there is a difference between beating and assault. And if it weren't for my cousin, and if it weren't for me protecting myself and, running away from the situations, I really did take his threats seriously, because, it did seem that his intentions were to do what he threatened. Yeah, and after that, I think he did realize what he has done to me, and I began becoming really lightheaded and passing out, and yeah. by then, you know, he was apologizing, you know, being like, I'm sorry that I did that to you, I lost it, you know, like, I hope we can be cool. And in my head, all I was thinking about was, I just got to get out of here. So I had to play, yeah, it's cool, no worries, because if I was really showing how I really felt, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably still be out there, still getting some shit, you know. I don't know what would have happened to me. So I had to carry on. And, you know, I'm seeing speculation that he bought me a phone. No, he never bought me a phone. And, you know, I think maybe out of what he did, guilt, he upgraded both of our tickets. And, you know, I just had to keep the vibe cool with him, you know, because I had to leave, you know. You know, I got to the airport, my stepdad was there. He was absolutely fuming because he was first witness to it. And, you know, he did see what happened because my dad called him. And, you know, my cousin ends up driving into Amen Estate. And we go to my cousin's house. And, you know, I jump out. And, you know, my dad's instantly just trying to come after me. And I just run inside. I lock myself in the room. I lock the room. I lock myself in the bathroom. I just washing my face. And the side of my face is like gone like this. Massive black eye. You know, my blood's coming down my face. And, you know, just cut like that. Blood's there. And I'm just take off my shirt. I got bruises all there. I got bruises on my back, on the back of my head. My ear's gone red. My face has gone red. And my face is swollen. And whilst I was in the room, I just kept on hearing just, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. You know, and, you know, he's screaming that I'm never going to leave the country and that he's going to kill me and that he's going to make my life a living hell. And, you know, yeah. So whilst we were in the car, I went into the front seat and my dad went into the back seat, and whilst I was in the back, he removed like the thing from the back and starts hitting me with that, you know, starts hitting me with other things, you know, like metal objects. I don't even know what it was, just kept on hitting me. And, you know, I mean, I can't really show you because I would have to like do some weird thing, but he kept on punching me in the back of my head. And, you know, this side of my ear is bruised, you know, the back of my head is bruised and all of that. And you know, the side of my face, my ribs. And it got so bad that like, it's, you know, I couldn't like breathe and shit. Like, it was getting hard to breathe. That's how much, like, I don't even know what even happened to me for me to not be, you know, be able to start, you know, breathing properly. But he just kept on punching me in the back of the head. I got like 20 odd repeated blows to the back of the head, and he just kept on screaming that he was gonna kill me and that and all of that stuff.